Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Airstream. I have not done any update videos in a couple of weeks. I'm sorry about that. I've been incredibly busy here at the Airstream Chronicles and RLC Design. So, what have I been doing? And we're going to talk a little bit about working from the Airstream. So, right now, what I'm doing, you've got this screen up here. I'm looking at skyvector.com. A few months ago, I got my commercial drone license. And so I've been doing some drone work over the past few weeks. I'm going to show you a little of that in a few minutes. But skyvector.com is a place where I can find out about temporary flight restrictions. I was planning on flying my drone today and doing some mapping, actually creating three-dimensional maps of a couple of climbing spots in the Granite Dells. So I'm not sure if I should be flying today. There is smoke from a small fire toward the Prescott area. Jody just gave me a call to let me know where it is. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's a big forest fire or anything. It sounds like brush and leaves. But there could be a flight restriction going into place. Right now on SkyVector, there's not. So this is one of the things I learned about, well, getting my commercial drone license. So SkyVector is a great place for me to come and check out what is happening in my area. And I can also call 1-800-WX-BRIEF to see if there are any flight restrictions in the area today, because I want to make sure that I'm doing things legal. So if I have to hold off for a day on filming the Granite Dells and making a 3D map of the cliff formation I wanted to, I can hold off for a day or two. So that's part of what I've been doing lately, flying the drone around. But so you might want to know, how do you work from an RV and still have a full-time job in an RV? In my case, I do web design, database design, and now we're adding imaging and data services to our selection of offerings to clients. My business partner, Greg, also works on websites with me, but he's also a certified flight instructor and a commercial drone pilot. And we're going to start adding drone aerial imaging and aerial data capture to our services that we offer to clients and to new clients. So we've been doing a lot of work around that recently, and I'm just switching screens really quick. Over the past week, I'm just going to pull this up so that you can see the video really fast. We're not going to have the audio on here because I don't want the audio going over our conversation. So I'm going to actually fast forward through this really quick. So some of the drone work that I've been doing over the past couple of weeks is construction progression reports, where we actually show construction companies the progress of their job sites. So with drones, we can actually take measurements, do video like this, create maps, create 3D maps. There's a lot of different possibilities with drones today. So while the industry is still new, and the fact that we do a lot of imaging anyways with RLC design, this looks like a good fit for our business. So my overall business, most of my time I spend it with customers who are looking to get found online. So we've become SEO experts, so search engine optimization expertise, and website layout and simple to use user interfaces. So I can do that from anywhere. So I'm sitting in the Airstream in Prescott, Arizona, but I can work on client projects from Wisconsin to California, from right here. One of the convenient things with the Airstream is I can actually drive to my client locations if they need imaging done, and we can go in, photograph a park. We can now do mapping for the parks, which I did recently for the South 40 RV Ranch. So we offer a lot, and the Airstream helps us if we need to go to our client locations to work with them. So I'm going to go ahead and quit VLC, and let's just go back over to SkyVector here. One of the other things that I've been doing over the past couple of weeks is working on a new website. So I have the Airstream Chronicles, which you're probably familiar with. I have RLC Design, which you're also probably familiar with. That's our business site for our web solutions. And we're creating a separate page called AZ Drone, um, because it doesn't just fit in with the web work and database work we do. So over the past few weeks, I've spent a lot of time actually putting together information about azdrone.net. So you can go take a look there later. The website's not done. But this all feeds into what I do to make a living from an Airstream. So you're sitting in my Airstream office. Um, I don't go into a regular office building. I don't punch a time card from 9 to 5. Although I do use a really cool program called My Hours, which helps me track my time working on client work. And so while I'm not going into a regular office, I am doing other things like going out to client locations. And in the case of the past week and a half, going out to client locations and filming with a drone for a demo reel for a construction company who's building a lot of homes in the area. So we thought that offering aerial imaging and aerial data collection would be of use to this particular home builder. And so we'll be talking to them in the near future about it. Bulk of my time is spent on website development. So not just my own website development, but website development for my clients. So this morning I'm going to be working on a site selling vacant lots and land in Florida. And I'm going to be doing some image updates for that client because they put the wrong sized images on their website. So the website's really slow because they put up full-sized images. So that's a little of what I do, and the bottom line is working from the Airstream, working from the road takes a special kind of discipline. It's up to you to keep yourself motivated and working toward your goals. So there's a lot of opportunity to slack off in the business that I do, and I've got to make sure that I actually have items for myself to do every day. So the last few weeks, I was actually doing a 56-mile round trip for multiple days, spending a couple hours on site, coming back, and you saw that video before, coming back and editing those video clips together. So those were actually full days between driving out, driving back, shooting on location, and then compiling the videos. And not only compiling the videos, but also compiling mapping data. As I said to you before, we did work for South 40 RV Ranch recently, and I'm zooming in on a map that I did while at South 40, so you can actually see there's the Airstream with its panels on it. So this was a giant map of over 200 sites for this RV resort in the Tucson area. And scrolling down, we also made a 3D map of the location as well, and you can play around with the 3D mapping in this map box here. So all of this takes time. So even if I'm out flying a customer location for an hour, drive time's another hour, and shoot time, editing time, it all comes together, and in the end, these become full work days. Another big part of what I've been doing for the drone work lately is I've been spending a lot of time on my iPad, actually planning out missions. So I just pulled up the iPad in the screen for you to see, and I'm going to go over to my drone folder and to DJI Ground Station Pro. So this is a program used for planning out flight missions for mapping. So over the past few days, I've been putting together multiple flight missions. So I'm looking at time zone wall, 70-degree angle, east to west. Then I've got another one west to east. I've got one north to south, and I've got one south to north. So I've been pre-programming flights for the new work that I'm doing. So not only is there time spent actually flying the drone and having a good time and taking pictures, but there's a lot of prep work if you actually want to do this as a business, especially mapping and 3D modeling. So that's a lot of what my time has been spent on over the past couple weeks, is learning some new programs, working on construction sites, and working on some side projects of my own. So, in future video updates, we will talk more about the web business. But bottom line, can you work full time from an RV? Yes, you can. It really depends on the type of work that you're doing. So, since I do a lot of tech work, that's really easy for me. Other people are traveling nurses, other people are campground hosts, other people that we've met are programmers, and the list goes on. But there are some standard typical jobs that you might not be able to work and travel with, like thinking of the construction guys that I've worked with over the past week. They need to be out of location for a long period of time. Sure, they could be a full-time RVer and move from location to location, but they're going to be staying in places for a while if they're doing a big construction project. So, my particular business and technology, it is easier for me to work from the road than it would be for some other standard jobs. But so there's a little insight into the Airstream today. And with all that, I'm going to wrap this up because now I'm going to probably spend 20 minutes editing this video and clipping things out because I made a couple of verbal mistakes earlier in the video that you don't know about because I do the editing. And then I'll pop this up. And then I actually do have to get to work because I've got several hours of work for my client in Florida today. Thanks for stopping into the Airstream Chronicles, and we'll see you again real soon.